it's thinking. Oh, we're live. All right. So we are live. Yay. All right. So I'm going to go on to my personal, and I'm going to share this to my groups. And Dawn, if you want to do the same thing, and we'll just give everyone a second to find us. How does that sound? And then we will get going with our tips. So let me see. Mine is there. And there's a delay, so we're good.
Got it.
So I don't know if you can, do you want me to tag you so you can see it, or you can just see it on mine. I'm tagging you. Okay. So I tagged you in it. So say hello if you are watching us. Say what's up. Say hello. Say hello to us. We're just sharing this out. In case you're watching, share it out to someone that you know who is a fabulous woman in business. We're just sharing it because they have not mastered how to do the API thing or whatever and get it from StreamYard. So give us 1 second. While we're on here, please say hello and tell us where you are watching us from. Hello, Tracy. Good to see you.
Hi, Tracy.
Good to see you. I am sharing this out to my groups. All right. Done. Okay. There we go. All right. So I've done that. Did you share it out, Dawn?
I'm working on it. You got me doing all this stuff. Okay.
Poor Dawn. I know. So Tracy's watching us from Texas, and Dawn is in New Hampshire, and I'm in Jamaica. I just love the virtual space because you can be with like the whole world, you know? And it's just, to me, it's like the Jetsons. And when I was a little girl, I loved the Jetsons. So, well, I am going to introduce my friend while she's still sharing it out. That's okay. I'm just going to talk a little bit about you. So Dawn and I have known each other for a couple of years, and we met virtually. We met on Facebook, really. So, and we became really good friends, and she's a client of mine as well. And she's amazing. We bonded because I used to live in New England and she lives in New England, and she has a spa and I had one, and she's a nail tech. And so was I, and she had a bar and I had a restaurant and blah, blah, blah. So I think that she's pretty fabulous. She's not just any old nail tech. Let me tell you, she's like a medical nail tech. And she helps people not to lose their balance. She helps them with their feet and all kinds of stuff. And let me tell you, I've been having problems with my feet. So this girl, when she comes to Jamaica, is going to be helping me with my feet. So she is amazing. She's amazing. And so we've got some really great tips in store for you today. So pretty please take this video wherever you're watching it, hit the share button and put it on your wall, or put it in your group, or put it somewhere. Tag some fabulous entrepreneurs, because I can tell you, as a woman, well, I also have ADD, but, you know, as a busy woman, time management is such a hard thing, you know, and if you don't master this, you lose money. And not just money, you lose sleep, you lose time, you lose things. I mean, it's just like a whole big thing, right? So I'm very excited for Dawn to give us some tips. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then we will go into Dawn's tips, because I know I want her to share this out. So I know she's working on that. So my name is Erica, and I have over 35 years of business and sales experience. I am known as the queen of non-pushy sales training. So I teach women entrepreneurs how to attract pre-qualified leads to themselves and convert them fast into paying clients without having sweaty armpits and without feeling yucky and sleazy. And you know what? Not just converting them to paying clients, but keeping them for life with automation and retention. I teach a very simple 5-step method that I've coined the blessing method. It's all about serving others. And while you're serving them, of course, you're going to make money, but it has to be that you have a heart to serve. So if you like that, say yes. Do you like serving others? So Dawn and I bond because we do have a big passion for helping others. Yeah. That's okay. So we bond because we have a passion for helping others. So I am going to let Dawn say a few things about herself, because I couldn't think of all the fabulousness that I know about her. So go ahead, Dawn. Tell them a little more about you than I mentioned.
I will. I'm like on the phone. It's like my face is frozen. So
Oh,
anyway, I'm going to look here because it looks pretty bad. I was saying hi to my sister who's on there. Anyways, so Erica pretty much covered it, but I just, let me chime about her. She's pretty darn amazing herself. So we don't have a whole lot of time to go into everything, but I'm just so happy that the universe brought us together. It's crazy how connections work. Like,
yes.
And how Erica said she has the blessing method. You really need to check her things out. And it really, really is true. You know, whatever business you're in or life you're in, you just feel you're blessing someone. You're not selling, you're not pushing or anything like that. It's just really giving a blessing to someone. So I think it's brilliant what you came up with, and you're changing the world. So that's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So I wanted to share that. But that being said, in order to be in business and in order to get these things done, you do need to have some control over your time. And I had the saying I wanted to say, smart women or people. Sorry, but let's face it, women.
No, we're just talking to women today.
Right. So smart women, they don't just manage their time, they learn to master it. And it's not for me, and I'm going to be teaching this in the workshop in Jamaica or the virtual that you hear a little more about. Yes. However, it's not just productivity. I use clarity. As Erica mentioned, I know you're going to be so excited to see the worksheets that are coming your way. Anyway.
Yes.
I've had multiple businesses, or I have multiple businesses in a sense, because I'm now overheating. In the sense that I have concierge, I do foot care here, I have tea parties, I have all kinds of stuff going on, plus my holistic foot care coaching. So,
and your skincare business.
And my skincare business, and a grandson who lives with us every other week. And I had, at the time, we were running a cigar bar. We owned a cigar bar, and I also was taking care of parents. So I was in that sandwich generation.
Mm-hmm. I know what that's like.
Until they passed, yep. And so if I didn't learn how to figure out how to manage my time, I never would have got as far as I am. And I still don't think before this was all live, I'm like, Erica, I'm learning things. I'm getting, I'm 53 years old, but I'm like feeling like how I felt my parents were, and I don't like it. Technology and I don't understand ourselves all the time.
But you don't need to have technology to have time management. So
you don't. And delegating is huge. But a lot of people wake up in the morning, and instead of managing your time, you're reacting to time. Mm-hmm. The one thing we can never get back in life is time.
Yes.
That's it.
No matter how much money you make, you can't get it back. It's not for sale.
Right. And you can work on getting your health back. You can work on getting relationships fixed. You can work on, I don't know, a new skill, learning new things, but you can never, ever get time back. It's just physically not possible, right?
Exactly.
And so if you don't manage it, it's going to manage you. And I learned that a long time ago in the skincare business when that first started 21 years ago. Wow. Anyway, and with all the other things that I just mentioned to you. So people are like, I don't know how you do it.
We've both been in the same skincare company for 21 years. We're twinsies for real.
I know. I seriously know. Like, I got to tell you a quick story, people. So when I was going to an event in Gatlinburg, and I think some of my girls are on here that are going to be going to that with me this year. I was traveling through, and there was an accident in Pennsylvania. And so my girlfriend that was with me, my friend that was helping me, we ended up at Chocolate World. Just ended up there. So I'm posting a picture. And Erica's, where in the heck are you? You're right near me. Get to my house now.
Didn't say it like that. Say it like that.
Actually, you did say, get over here. I'm like, really?
I was like, wait a minute, you're so close to me and you're not even coming to my house.
The universe. I tell that story all the time. Like the universe, it's funny how the universe works. And when you put the time into creating your life, and writing your story, whether it's your time story, learning story, whatever story you may have, time is emotional too. Believe it or not, It's not just a thing. It's not just this, here. And let me tell you, I set tons of timers. Sometimes I learned this from our wonderful friend, Tiffany Noel Taylor. Sometimes I set a timer and I say at 4:00, I'm like, and my kids used to know, it must be 4, Mom. Your alarm went off. And I haven't done it in a while. I probably should go back to it, but it said, keep going. You're doing great. You are terrific. Because at 4:00 in the afternoon, sometimes you need to hear it and you're not around anyone. Or I'm around old people with memory care and they just love my earrings all the time. So you just have to tell yourself. But you have to figure out what works for you, but at the same time, you got to make you a priority to figure this out. So I'm excited to be teaching. It was funny because Erica asked me to teach this, and I'm like, really? And then the more I got into planning for Jamaica, the more excited I'm getting about it. And then I had a client ask me, she goes, you going to do a blog? And I'm like, a blog? I do feet. Why would I talk about time? But it really is a life skill.
It is.
It's a life
very important.
skill.
It's very important.
So,
and so Dawn juggles a lot. Does anyone who's watching us juggle a lot? Do you juggle motherhood or being a wife, or maybe you're single and maybe you have fur babies, or maybe you have a farm, or maybe you don't, but you just have life, like going to the store, laundry, like even if you don't have any little humans that are relying on you, or a man or anyone else, right, you still have you. So does anyone feel like they're juggling a lot of things in their life? Drop a yes. Oh, look at this. Yes, and yes. All right. Yes.
Tracy, I'm not seeing any of that. I still see my frozen face.
Oh no, I don't mean, well, I guess because your phone is frozen. That's okay. Well, they're commenting. I can't see where you shared it. I can only see the ones who are watching mine somewhere, I guess. I don't even know.
It's all good.
I don't even know.
Doesn't matter.
And we got Holly. She said yes too.
Oh, hi Holly. She's one of the ones coming to Gatlinburg with me.
Oh, nice. And Michelle, same.
My sister. Thank you.
Your sister?
Yes, and my little nephew was born January 2nd. That's the one in Washington that I told you about. That's my sister.
Great. Congratulations. So, a lot of people are juggling a lot of different things. So Dawn is saying something very, very important, and it is that you need to make you a priority. So I can tell you that I know a lot of women. I work with women. I work with only women. And it's like, oh, well, I wasn't able to work on my business this week because I had one kid homesick. I had this, I had that. The cleaning ladies are coming, or the cleaning ladies didn't come, right? Or it's, I didn't work on my business for the past year because I was taking care of parents. Let me just tell you something. You keep putting you off because you're taking care of everyone else. But there is a way that you can still do it all. And one of the very important things that you said was that D word, delegate. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like what kind of things? I know what I delegate, the cleaning. I've had a cleaning ladies for 19 years. Since my first daughter was born. So I knew that I needed to spend time doing other things, and the amount of time it would take me to clean my house, which would be hours and hours and hours. And it wouldn't be just in one day. Right. So that's what I made a priority. So there were some times when I only worked just to pay that, because I knew that I needed that, and I needed that for me, whether it was time for me to take a cup of tea or to work on my business. So what kind of things would you recommend delegating?
So I delegate what I just don't like to do anymore. I work too hard to do something.
What do you not like to do anymore?
I mean, and this isn't something you'd be doing, but I autoclave all my instruments for my clients, and it's a lot. It's a whole process.
Yeah.
And it can take a lot of time, but it's a necessary time.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, my friend, she's like, well, let me she retired, and she's like, well, I can do these few things for you. And I'm like, really? You want to autoclave? Sure, I'll show you how. And so she comes in when I had, she was coming in and autoclaving when needed to be. But, if you're in business, or if you're, very busy career or whatever, or even busy mom or whatever, the whole cleaning, it's so nice to know that I have someone cleaning my toilets and I don't have to. I work too hard to have to clean my own damn toilets. And if I see a cobweb, it's nice to say, oh, please, Diane, that's my housekeeper. Yeah. Will you please take care of I hate spiders. So I'm like, will you please take care of cobwebs? And then I don't have to stress about doing it.
Right.
Because I hate spiders. I am a total arachnophobe. I will tell you that. And that's part of the issue. But delegating what it is that is a task that you're not totally comfortable with. So in my training that I'll be sharing, virtually with Jamaica and all that, I talk about brain dumping, but I call it a clarity cleanse. I don't really do like the brain cleanse. It's a clarity cleanse, and there's a certain way to do it. So, and stay attention in my area, because I may do a workshop here, because now it's becoming a thing after I was talking about what I was doing. But it really is finding what's going to help you. You really have to figure out, is it that important? I usually say to myself, is this going to matter in 5 years? Is this going to matter in 3 days? If it's that important, yes, it needs to be dealt with. Because we can be professional procrastinators, and that's not getting I'm very guilty of that, by the way. So I will admit, and but you can't.
And you know what else women do sometimes? Well, they decide that they're the only one who could fold the towels and unload the dishwasher, and they're the only ones who could do things. And I'll never forget this lady. I met her, and she had $120,000 in debt. And I laid out a plan for her and how she could be debt-free in a year. But the only time she had to work on her business, which I only asked for 2 hours a week, the only time that she could find maybe 2 hours was on Sunday. But she said she had 5 children, and the youngest was like 6, and the other ones were teenagers. She told me that she's the only one who could do the laundry, and that it would take her all day, and she would be the only one who could fold, and she was the only one to do that. And I said, but what about your older ones? Couldn't you teach them how? No. So she was sabotaging herself, right? Mm-hmm. She had a choice. She could have found 2 hours somewhere else, or she could have taught the children, right? And so she didn't take me up on my offer, and she didn't get out of debt in a year, okay? Mm-hmm. And she's still in debt, and this was many years ago. So ladies, I will say to you, as a lot of times we want to do stuff perfectly, but there's some times when you're building a business or you're trying to get out of debt, you got to let go for a little bit, right? And if nobody else is doing the thing the right way, maybe teach them, right? Or just let it go, because both of us are successful businesswomen, and I know that there's some tasks that we did do because we felt like we could do it the best, but we had to let go of some things in order to achieve the success. And maybe I'm preaching to the choir here, but I think that we can let go of a couple of things if we knew 2 hours a week would get us out of $120,000 of debt in a year. I don't know. What do you think?
I do. And I want to, absolutely. But one of the things I also want to say, so when I was working corporate, helping run the bar, take care of my parents, helping with my dad, and corporate was an hour away each way, by the way, and still running my skincare business, you may not have, because we are busy, and this world makes us busier, and this makes us busier, and, scrolling and getting lost.
Well, it makes us think we're busier.
Makes us think we're busy. Right. Well, I'm going to talk about distractions, and that's, but what I was going to say is maybe you don't have a full hour to invest, but if you do different 15-minute increments during the day, and that's what I would do. So I just told you I had an hour drive. Do you know how many interviews I did on that? Do you know how many customers I called? Obviously I was being, of their time. Like I wasn't calling at 7 a.m. on the drive. I found ways to fit in when I needed to, because you don't have to have a full, I use an hour as an example, but you don't have to have a full hour. She could have been doing 15 minutes. And this is where my timers come in. Do you know the brain can only handle about 20 minutes of attention before you start to go off into la la land? So I literally will set my timer here if I have tasks other than the autoclaving is always timed, but I will set timers, and I'm like, I get up and walk around. That goes into the foot thing too, but I get up and walk around, and I do something for a few minutes, and then I go back to another 20 minutes. And if I want to continue the project I'm doing, I had another 20 minutes. But you can find, so let's say 20 minutes instead of 15, but 15, that's an hour. So you can find ways to do it if you choose. Like I said, if you don't manage your time, it's going to manage you.
Well, I did give her the option. She didn't have to do all 2 hours at one time, but that was the only day that she, how I teach it. It's in little increments, 15 minutes, 15-minute appointments, Right.
But
It is. And setting that timer, like I have timers going off all the time and I have to label them. Otherwise, the timer goes off and I have no idea. I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? So, I think that since the pandemic, to be honest, I think that I always say that we used to have the attention span of a goldfish. And since the pandemic, it's a dead goldfish. Like we can't focus. I don't know what happened to us during the pandemic, but we're like, we just can't. So labeling those timers, like, having those powerful, mantras and phrases for yourself is so important. I totally agree with that. And, also labeling the timer, we have so many tips to share with you all, and Dawn and I are both very passionate about helping women to feel amazing, to look amazing, and to live their life of their dreams, because we know how powerful it could be when you step out of your own way. When you step out of your own way, oh, the whole world is out there for you, but you gotta take that step. Hey, it's a little foot thing. You hear that? Take this step.
Yeah, I heard it.
Who has questions? Who has questions for our amazing Dawn? Alicia, all right, fill out my business survey, blessingmethod.com/survey. She said she needs a plan. Absolutely. All right, who has a question for Dawn or for myself on anything to do with time management? Or maybe you have a particular thing and you're like, well, how am I going to do this? Because I've got 7 kids and they have to be up at this time or whatever, you're trying to run a business. Feel free to ask us. You have us right now. And I want to let you know there's another place where you can hear all this fabulousness from our amazing Dawn, and that is that she is doing us the honor of being a speaker in Jamaica for the Women's Entrepreneur Retreat. And if you're like, well, I don't have a passport, well, if you can't get one in time or you don't want to or whatever it is, you can have the virtual option for this. And I'm going to share my screen in a second. I want to tell you, though, something about this virtual option that is so important. The virtual is not a live stream, okay? It will just be in your portal, and you will have the videos, lifetime access to watch them as you choose based on speaker or things like that. They are not live streamed, so it takes us about 4 weeks to put everything together and to label them and to put them into your portal. Okay. So if that's what you were interested in, I want to let you know. So no excuses if you can't make it on time, right? You can still get the virtual option. Let me just share my screen so I can show you all and then start telling us what questions you have. So this is, let me see, am I sharing my screen? Okay, Women's Entrepreneur Retreat. I just want you to know that if you come in person, we have three workshops, bonus workshops, okay? And they're for the beauty industry. Anyone in the beauty industry, say beauty below. We have another one for the travel and tourism, type travel and tourism if that's you. And we have a third one for health and wellness. So Dawn's actually teaching 2 of these. Okay. So we've got 3 beauty gals that are going to teach that. We've got 3 for health and wellness. So I'm very excited for this. So drop which one you are. Okay. So now let me just tell you, that's only if you come in person. So those will not be recorded. That is just something special if you are in person. So drop it in the chat. Are you in the beauty industry, travel, health and wellness? So this is our 2nd year for the Women's Entrepreneur Retreat, and it's called Jamaica Breakthrough, okay? And I want to just share that when we came up with this term, we knew there'd be a breakthrough, but I'm going to be honest, we did not know it would be to the caliber of breakthrough that it is, okay? So we had one lady came, and her knee was all swollen, right? By the 2nd day, she was dancing. All right. There's something magical when you leave all that stress behind and you can just focus and be around people who are loving on you and pouring into you. We had another lady into the motorized scooter. Again, she was dancing by the 2nd night. Okay. If you've never been to Jamaica, then you don't understand what I'm talking about. The air here is amazing. I live in Jamaica. When you come off the plane, you can feel it. The food is organic. Your body is going to be so happy. So you can see how much fun we have. I give you swag every single day. We have an award ceremony. We have a blue and a navy and gold cocktail party. You get a 100-page workbook. I mean, it's like there's Sonia dancing. It's just a wonderful, amazing experience. Okay. So keep dropping. Oh, look at this. Got travel industry, health and wellness. No beauty gals though. So let me tell you what to expect. Okay. We've got business tips and coaching. That's me, Erica V, and 7 more experts that are going to help you to implement. This is the key. Everyone type implement amazing strategies into your business. So the experts consist of me, a business strategist that will help you to identify areas of your business to gain leads, increase sales, and retention. We have a mindset and growth expert, and that's Texray Elliott. And he's going to help you to use logics to shift your mindset and overcome fears. He changed my life with one sentence. We have a lifestyle and wellness expert, that's Rob, offering motivation to embrace your potential and feel confident about yourself. We have a beauty and branding expert, that's Gabriella, to help you create your signature look and brand. If you are repping for a direct sales company, listen to me, you need to brand yourself. We have a relationship and business expert as well. We'll help you to, that's Michelle, we'll help you grow your network through meaningful and impactful relationships. We have a customer experience and travel expert, that is Mimi. She will help you learn the secret ingredients to customizing the ultimate customer experience. Then we have Dawn, a spa owner and time management expert, will help you feel less overwhelmed and get more done through strategic organization, smart delegation, and a shift in mindset. Then we have a TV director, a social media expert. If y'all are on TikTok, you'll know her. Her name is The Mothership. She's amazing. Fabulous transformation story and how she overcame many things. She actually went blind while she was teaching TikTok. It's a whole big thing she'll teach you. Simple skills to show up confidently online, including lighting, sound, and setup, plus simple steps in how to create reels and social media content. We have a makeup artist and a hairstylist on site because you're getting your branding photography. On Friday, I'm actually doing a Zoom with the photographer. She's flying in from New York City.
Hello?
And she specializes in helping women to feel amazing and look amazing as well. All right, so let's see. So the makeup artist and hairstylist is going to help touch you up so you look your best. Again, printed workbook, bonding and networking, question and answer, that we are all going to break down everything that's holding you back, and we're going to help you. I mean, this is just an amazing whole thing that you can have with this panel. The rejuvenation and relaxation in Montego Bay at Jewel Grand all-inclusive resort, that's priceless. The swag that you get, a customized tote bag, a t-shirt, and goodies every single day. You get a bonus meet and greet. You have a private meet and greet with everyone beforehand, so you don't have to feel like it's awkward or anything. You also get a bonus 60-minute strategy call with me after the retreat, okay, to help you to put your plan in place. We have a navy and gold cocktail party, which is exclusive. If you are bringing a spouse with you or a bestie or someone who is not attending, they are welcome to attend the cocktail party. And again, we have the special bonus workshops. Okay. So all of this is only $2,800. You can do Klarna, you can do Affirm, you can do the 2 virtual options, or you can put down $250, lock it in, and we will figure out the payments. Okay. So that we've got the virtual for $697. That includes the workbook and swag and the pre-retreat Zoom. The $497 is only going to include the workbook that you have to print yourself and recording of the retreat, or put $250 down and we will figure it out, me and you together. I'm very excited for this retreat. It's a big passion of mine, just to help women and to see how people could overcome things that they were holding on to them since they were 5 years old that was impacting their business. If you're serious about your business and you want to take it to the next level, you will have all these experts pouring into you. But Dawn, I don't know if I told you this one, but we actually follow our retreat attendees for a year after. So they have us for a year. So we actually do, I should have probably told you that when you went the speaker, is that we follow you guys for a year. So we have Zooms with you. We check in on you. You have me on WhatsApp if you choose. So it's not like you're just coming to this retreat and we're untouchable. We will sit with you at breakfast, at lunch, or dinner. You can come up to us, sit with us on the beach, chat with us. You have access to us, okay? And I know Helen's so excited to create so much content with everybody, so she can't wait. So if you've been meaning to start any type of social media channel or get a whole bunch of content made, that's how you're going to do it. But you're going to overcome so many things. You're going to have strategy, and you're going to take your business to the next level. And I would say just make a decision to pour into yourself. And you know, Dawn, that retreat to cost way more than what it is. Okay. So We hope that you will come. Oh, we have, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Sual? Travel specialist, wedding and destination specialist. Oh, wonderful. Well, you should come because we have the breakout session. I also own Born to Shine Travel. And we've got Mimi there, and we are going to have a separate little workshop special for the travel industry. And imagine all the great content you can take pictures of while you're in Jamaica. And if you're a network marketing rep, let's brand you, my friend. And look at all these people on here for Dawn. Look at this. Liz is on here as well. Heidi's on here. Look at all.
You made it, Heidi. We had trouble getting her the link.
Oh, okay. God, So why do you think someone should come to Jamaica? Why did you say yes to coming? Because I know you want to sit through the retreat as well. So why did you?
I'm like so excited to meet Helen. Like, please.
Oh, Helen, I know.
Media. So
Helen is famous, guys. Like I tried to get her last year, but I think her son was getting married or something, or her daughter, so she couldn't come.
Good reason.
Yeah, I know.
I think that this is. You heard, I don't know, you didn't hear really what I do now here in my place, but I have invested a lot in myself over the years. It's about, Erica's my coach, and but that hasn't stopped there. I've gone to London and got gate certified. I've studied with Canadian podorthists. I've studied with German doctors. I mean, this is not cheap. This is not, or inexpensive. I don't like the word cheap, but you need to invest in yourself. Remember when I talked about time? We don't get time back. So what are you waiting for? Because if you don't invest in yourself, whether it's fiscally or emotionally or learning a new language, whatever, my dream is to live in France. So I got to learn French. But, I actually have a connection in French because I do feet. Like, they took their shoes off in a restaurant. I kid you not. So it was crazy when they found out what I did. We were using translating apps. You never know what life's going to bring you. And when I was learning all these things, when I went to London, when I go to Florida for classes, when I go to Canada for classes, or I don't know, I've traveled so much for learning, but you learn more being there. I think the live is great, and you're going to have that option to have the virtual 4 weeks after, but it's not the same as being in person. Imagine saying, Erica, I have a question for you. Well, come over by the beach and sit with me. Or if you have a question for me, I work on feet. Not a fun subject. I'm going to make it very fun at the retreat. I promise you. I'm like a comedian, people say. Actually, my friend Kelly saw my car and drove it at 2:00 in. Hi, Kelly. And she actually came with me, and she saw me in Boston speak about feet, and I can make it fun, right? Yeah. But it may be something you're embarrassed about. So you can take me to the side, and it's something you have me personal. It's so different. A question may get asked that you wouldn't been too embarrassed to ask, and someone else asked it. And you know what? When that question gets answered, it creates more questions. Well, that's not going to always be on a virtual or in a workbook. Right. So I think that you need to invest in yourself. And Kelly's an amazing DJ, and she takes herself to Las Vegas and goes to the conferences. Yeah, she's amazing. And
hello, Kelly.
I know. Maybe we'll get her to the retreat one of these days. But she was just in Vegas. And anyway, so I think you just need to, invest in yourself and be in it. And plus, I haven't been in Jamaica for a while, but Erica moved there, for God's sakes. So I have to be in Jamaica now. But invest in yourself, and there is some truth to being in the Caribbean, and that fresh air and the fruit in the islands is amazing. You're eating healthier, and you're just getting a boost in your life. And so I think that you just need to invest in yourself, And it's not debt. It's an investment.
It's not debt. It's not. It's an investment because you're going to make it back. You're going to make it back. I tell this story about how we met with Tiffany.
And it's a write-off.
It's a write-off.
As we were just, Kelly.
It's a write-off. And, I had a story of how I would only invest $1 in myself with our friend Tiffany, right? Yep. And it was because, I was recovering from my third brain injury, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to handle success, right? So I spent my $1, and I saw how much I could really do things, right? I got the confidence. And then in a year I spent 20,000, but I made 20,000 back. And then it kept going and kept going. I made hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars since then. But it started with that one decision that I made. And had I not made that one decision, I couldn't be living in Jamaica right now. I couldn't have driven the cars I drove. I couldn't have done anything. So investing in myself was the best thing I ever did. And we had a speaker of a podcast, your Daily Boost 365, in a book. And we had a speaker, Dr. Ava Eagle Brown. And she said, you can't expect anyone else to invest in you. If you have a business and you want people to come spend money with you, you need to invest in yourself. And if you're unwilling, then don't expect anyone else to invest in you. Oh, we got that. Where are you in Jamaica? Tell me. I'm in Mandeville. So, I would say, women, if you saw us tonight or you accepted the invitation to be here, it's a sign. It's a sign. And I bet when you go night tonight, you're going to be thinking about this, right? And if you say, I don't have enough money to do it, then that's really your sign. Because Dawn will tell you, you can have a conversation with me and you can start making way more money. But no woman should live in debt. So come and let us teach you how to make more money. And a lot of times it's this right here that's actually stopping you. So I hope that you all will make the decision. It's women'sentrepreneur-retreat.com, as you can see. Now there's a little button on there and it says you want to talk to Erica. If you want to talk to me to see if it's a good fit for your business, please click on that button and please mention that Dawn sent you. That's very important because we have extra goodies. If it's someone who Dawn has referred, we're going to give them extra goodies. I didn't even tell you that, Dawn. So because I love you so much. So we're going to give them extra goodies if they have a chat with me or they decide to come. All right. And no questions? No questions? All right. So no questions. All right. So any final thoughts?
No, thank you for having me on. And I just hope that, I know you've been going on lives with the different speakers. So as people, jump onto all of them, someone, the travel agency lady that just talked about being on here, you learn something from everyone. Everyone has their own style. Everyone has their own DNA. So do not argue with who you are. And that person will come up here when you need to hear what you need to hear. But get all of us together in one place if you decide to join us.
Yes, exactly. I hope that you will make that decision to join us. And if you're on the fence, click on that little button and have a chat with me and let's see if it will be a good fit. And we have another Zoom on Friday, and that is with our photographer who's flying in because she is going to do your branding photography. Okay. So you're going to look fabulous. We're going to get your brand down and you're going to get your pictures taken. So I want you guys to come and meet her. She's all about body confidence and gaining that confidence. She's also an author. So it's expertsinbiz.com, Sign up for that Zoom. It is on Zoom. All right, my friend, I appreciate you so much. I know it's late where you are. It was my only free moment that I had. Oh, here's the website if anyone wants to do that for Friday, or you can also get the replay if you can't join live. I'm gonna download this. I'll send you a copy and I'm gonna send it out to my email list. Thank you, Dawn. I love you. And I appreciate you. Bye, guys.